Hello, you're listening to the OmniTalk Fast 5, brought to you in partnership with Microsoft, the A&M Consumer and Retail Group, Takeoff, Sezzle, and Silk. Amazon wants to move away from barcodes, Chris, for inventory management. Be gone! According to Chain Store Age, Amazon is, quote, researching how to automate inventory identification using multimodal identification, or MMID, a process which uses multiple modalities of information such as extracting the appearance and dimensions of an item from an image of that item to automate identification, end quote.
Do you feel smarter just for reading that?
No, I feel like I just read, the symptoms may include, I can't think of anything that's appropriate to say right now, but
I know, right? But I honestly feel like way more intellectual just from having included that in the show.
Oh my God. All right. Said Nantas Antonakos, an applied science manager in Amazon's computer vision group in Berlin, who led the MMID team when the concept was initially developed and deployed, quote, our North Star vision is to use this in robotic manipulation, solving this problem so robots can pick up items and process them without needing to find and scan a barcode is fundamental. It will help us get packages to customers more quickly and accurately, and MMID is a cornerstone for achieving this, end quote. Chris.
Whoa.
You
heady
again,
stuff, man. Heady stuff.
We're pushing for this headline, and I was like, yeah. How do we? Actually, you know what else? I'm going to bring back that chatbot thing that I did again.
Yeah.
They have a function in that where you can take what I just read and have it be
put
into a second grader's
right.
understanding, and that's what I feel like we need for this headline for the audience.
We should do that. All right. Well, here's why I love this headline.
Okay.
I think there's a number of things I love about it. First of all, Amazon has the power to force changes on its supplier network to adapt to what this technology acquires. And if it means faster picks, that means more money for Amazon in the long run. So they're going to go after this. Then number two, when I think about this even longer term, say 10 to 15 years out, this is my question now, is this the eventual precursor to a fully automated and restockable store via robots and just walk out technology? It's a potentially conceivable idea at this stage, I think. So it's really fun to think about. But in the short term, I think it still probably drives a ton of efficiency and cost savings in warehouse operations alone. So it makes sense that Amazon is looking at it.
Yeah, I agree. To your first point, I think we've already seen Amazon force CPGs like Tide, for example, to change how their product is packaged and shipped. These sellers and CPGs and brands cannot get off of Amazon, so they're going to have to comply, to your first point. And to your second point, I want to bring back Nantas Antonakos' comments. Our North Star vision is to use this in robotic manipulation. Solving this problem so robots can pick up items and process them without needing to find or scan a barcode is fundamental. It will help get us packages to customers more quickly and accurately, and MMID is a cornerstone for achieving this. That does not make me think that this stops at barcodes, Chris.
Oh, really? Why?
No, I think it just is robotic manipulation. No, they are trying to be able to take these stores and figure out how they can have robots doing just about everything in that store so that they can make them more efficient. So,
yeah, you're right. That's essentially what you're talking about. That's a great point because you're saying anything that involves a human is trying to be eliminated.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the Samsung. But this is not, you thought we were going to get through a whole Fast Five without getting to an A&M put you on the spot question.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
I'm slipping it in here, too.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, geez, they're going to make me go on this one?
Yes.
Oh, God.
So A&M CRG wants to know, Amazon's desire to move away from physical barcodes is enviable and perhaps inevitable, but what do you see as the merits of this MMID approach versus RFID? Is RFID the clear frontrunner, or will there be some sort of Blu-ray HD DVD format war in the world of inventory management sometime over the horizon? I forgot about Blu-ray.
Oh, I know, right? Blu-ray. Yeah. God, it's so crazy.
Good throwback, A&M.
Betamax, VHS.
Okay,
all right.
So what do you think, Chris?
Wow. First of all, unbelievable question. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I might get over my skis very quickly on this one, Ann. I might need to phone some friends for help in answering this on social media next week when we put this out. So Jonathan Aiken, Ted McCaffrey, the RFID Sherpas, Marshall, and JP, if you're listening, please chime in and tell me what I'm getting right and wrong. But here are my thoughts really quickly. Fundamentally, I see this as a very different approach versus RFID. So I think it's a little bit of apples and oranges. One, for a few reasons. One, this approach that Amazon's taking could be ubiquitous across all product categories because it's multimodal based, whereas RFID still has limits across some product categories. So I think that's an important factor here. Two, RFID, like we've talked about, still requires a requires a potential scan in the process.
Yes.
Similar to what Amazon is trying to avoid with this idea, similar to like we talked about in the Nordstrom's headline before, either from a handheld scanner or an overhead array, which, as I said, also can be quite expensive to deploy. And here's the other point. There's also probably some latency in that when you're talking about pick accuracy versus just tracking and product location.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair,
versus the human just being able to do it right at shelf, done. So that's important. Cost savings, like we talked about. So lastly, RFID also still requires a label to be added to the product. And the way Amazon is describing this, it could be potentially handled just through standard packaging requirements over time.
Yeah.
So that's why I think there are 3 selling points here relative to the use case of RFID for this situation. RFID still has many other use cases that we've talked about on the show that are also important. But I think this is a very different use case than general state RFID, in my opinion.
Yes.
But guys, prove me wrong.
And you think that pro robotic automation here, this is gonna change things. Amazon has the power to do this, which they do over any other. I mean, no other retailer could do this. Maybe Walmart, but.
Well, I think so. I mean, the big unlock is how do you get robots into restocking the actual physical stores over time? And so, like, 10. This is long term though, and 10. 20 years out.
Hopefully.
But maybe this is a technology that unlocks that. Yes, 100%.